Have you ever lost something important, like your keys, or your homework, or your little brother? Think of something you've lost before. What did you do? Probably freaked out about it. Because that's what you do when you lose something. You freak out. You look everywhere for it. You stop whatever it is you're doing and look for it. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You could be watching TV. You could be eating. You could be playing Angry Birds. As soon as you realize you've lost something, nothing else matters. That's all you're focused on, is finding that thing that you lost. And you do not stop looking until you find it. I remember one time when I was a little kid, my grandma had these 3 dogs. She absolutely loved these dogs. She took them everywhere. She even had a little purse for them. And she took them everywhere. And one time, we were waiting in the van for her to come, and she was getting all the dogs together. And it took her forever to get these dogs. And finally we hear her calling out the door for one of the dogs, and we decided to go see what was going on, see if we can help or whatever. And so we go in, and my grandma's just flipping out. She does not know what to do. And she's just like, man, I can't find Bebop. I don't know what's happened. She may have run off and got run over. I just don't know what to do. She's lost. Oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. And we're like, Nana, what are you talking about? And she's still flipping out. I don't know what to do. Bebop's lost. I don't know where she is. We're like, Nana, she's right there. You're holding her in the purse. And she looks down, and sure enough, there's Bebop just chilling in the bag. But my grandma would not stop looking for this dog until she found it. And sometimes God's the same way. When there's someone that's lost who doesn't have a relationship with him, he does not stop looking until he finds them. Luke 15 tells 3 parables of things that are lost. One of the parables is a story of the lost son, or the prodigal son. Most of you probably already heard that parable before. Another parable talks about the woman who lost coin. She loses her coin, and she tears her whole house apart looking for this coin. But the parable that we're going to look at today is the parable of the lost sheep. And that's in Luke 15, 4 through 7. It says, suppose one of you had 100 sheep and loses one of them. Does he not leave the 99 in the open country and go after the lost sheep until he finds it? And when he finds it, he joyfully puts it on his shoulders and goes home. Then he calls his friends and neighbors together and says, rejoice with me, I have found my sheep. I tell you that in the same way, there will be more rejoicing in heaven over one sinner who repents than over 99 righteous persons who do not need to repent. Now, that parable is pretty straightforward. And the first point that we're going to take away from this parable is that we're all like sheep, and that we've all gone astray. And the Bible even says that in basically the exact same words. In Isaiah it says, we're all like sheep have gone astray. Each of us have turned to our own way. And we've all done things in our lives at some point that may not have been what God wanted, may not have been his wishes, may have upset him a little bit. Things that we thought we knew best, and we decided just to go with it and not talk to God about it, not rely on him and see what he wanted to do. And so we're just like the sheep. We go our own way, and we go away. So we're going to look at the story from the sheep's perspective first. So get the mind frame of the sheep, and so now you're a sheep. Okay? So you're sheep. You're just chilling in the pasture. You got 99 of your best friends surrounding you. And you got all the food you can eat. You got all the water you can drink. You got security. You got protection. I mean, you're just living the good life. That's all you have to do, is just sit and just eat all day. And so one day you're just walking around the pasture, and you're just chilling by your favorite spot, and you see something shiny off in the distance, and you decide to go check it out. So you're walking through little sheep legs, and you're walking, and you just keep going, and it just seems to get farther and farther, but you keep on going. You keep going after that shiny thing. And eventually, it just turns out to be nothing. You don't know what it was. But you turn around and you go home, and you realize that you don't know where home is. You have no idea how you got there. You have no idea how to get home. But at first, you're okay. You're okay. You think to yourself, I got this. I'm just going to retrace my steps, and I'm just going to go home. But you slowly begin to wander around, and you end up wandering in circles. And you slowly start to realize that you may be lost, that you don't know what you're doing, you don't know where you're going, you don't know where you've been, and you start to get worried, and you start to get a little scared because you know you can't really defend yourself against things that may come and get you, and you start getting lonely because you used to have all these other sheep that you can hang it with, but now you're just all by yourself, and you start to get tired because you've never really done this much walking before. All you have to do is you could graze in the pasture all day, and that's all you ever do. So you start getting lonely and tired and scared and hungry because there's not as much food to eat, and I mean, you just realize that you're lost. And so now we're going to look at the story from, instead of the sheep's perspective, we're going to look at it from the shepherd's perspective. So get out of the sheep's frame of mind, and now you're in the shepherd's frame of mind. So you're the shepherd of 100 sheep, and your job is to take care of these sheep. You got to care for them. You got to protect them. You're responsible for these 100 sheep. And one day you're just out doing your job. You're taking care of the sheep, and you do your hourly count, and you come up with 99, and you're like, okay, maybe I just missed one or something. So you count again, and 99 again, and you suddenly realize that you've lost one of your sheep. One of your sheep's gone, and you have no idea where it went, and you start getting a little worried about the sheep because you know that that sheep can't protect itself. You know that it may be scared, and that if there's something that wants to get it, it's going to get it because that sheep can't do anything about it, and you're not there to protect it. So you get your stuff, you get your coat, you get your water bottle, because you don't know how long it's going to take for you to find the sheep, so you got to be prepared for anything. And you set off to find that sheep, and so after searching for a while, maybe a day, maybe a couple of days, however long it takes, you do not stop looking for that sheep. And suddenly, you find it. You see it in a little gourd down there, and you see that it's trapped somewhere, and you're so excited. And you know that it's tired, and you see that it's scared, but you're just so excited because you finally get to take that sheep home. You finally get to scoop it up, and you get to take it home and just tell it it's okay, and wash it, and take care of it, and protect it again. And you get to be responsible for that sheep again. You're so excited. So now you're the sheep again. So sheep, and you're down there in the gourd right before your shepherd comes and gets you, and you've just given up on life. I mean, you tried it on your own. You've done everything you know how to do, and you're just out of options, and you just decide just to give up. You just decided to accept it, that this is the end, that this is what my life has come down to. But then suddenly you hear something, and you're not, maybe it sounded like my shepherd, but no, I was probably just hearing things. But there it is again, and it's a little louder this time, and you realize that it is your shepherd, that he's come to rescue, that he's come to take you home. And so he gets to you, and he picks you up, and he tells you everything's going to be all right, and you feel safe and secure again, and it doesn't matter that you're hungry or tired or scared or anything like that. Your shepherd's got you, and he takes you home, and he calls all his friends together, and he just has this big celebration and party because you were once lost and now you're found, and you and your sheep buddies have a little party because you're home again, and you get to be a part of the flock again, and you get to be protected, and you don't have to be scared or lonely or hurt anymore because you're there with your shepherd. You know, if we're the sheep in the story, if we're the ones that go our own way, if we're the ones that decide to do our own thing, then God's the shepherd. He's the one that looks after us. He's the one that cares for us. And when we do go our own way, when we do run off and do our own thing, then God's the one that comes looking for us. He doesn't just say, oh, well, they think they know best, so let's just see what they got and let them do it on their own. No, he comes and he looks for us. He does not stop looking until he finds us. He just doesn't stop. In Luke 19:10, it says, "For the Son of Man came to seek and to save what was lost." That was all Jesus came to do. He came to seek those who were lost and to save them. He came to seek those who didn't have a relationship with him and to bring them into a loving and peaceful and joyful relationship with him. That's all he came to do. And God's looking for people. He does not stop looking until he finds you.